He said, we didn't hear anything about it, you know, and I said, yeah, we were annexed like 2 or 3 days ago at that point in time. And he got pretty upset, got on his walkie-talkie and called in, and next thing you know, he was like, well, I guess I won't be back, I'll see you around. And I said, all right, man, take care, you know. And so there was some confusion in that whole thing too. They didn't know at one point who was patrolling the building or who would answer calls to the building. And it was starting to get at that point really tense. You know what I mean?
In an annexation, there's a procedure, a process is supposed to be followed.
Right.
And apparently you were not given any warning, or were you given a warning? Were you told anything about it prior to this annexation taking place?
No, we're actually still in court over the annexation now. We're fighting it. I don't want to go too much detail into that because it's a pending thing. But yeah, we had no idea. It pretty much hit us out of left field. So.
Now you had some other problems with, you know, here's what's bothering me more than anything else. Again, we're running into, and we're seeing this all over Volusia County. Unfortunately, you're not the only business that's having a hard time in Volusia County or in Ormond Beach or in Oak Hill or in the unincorporated area of the county. But more and more we're seeing where business is being regulated and strangulated.
Right.
And it's killing jobs throughout the county. We keep hearing that we want to do a study. We want to spend a lot of money and find out how to bring jobs into our community. And at the same token, I see our local government going out there and doing things to the mom and pop businesses, the small businesses, to actually retard the opportunity to grow.
Right.
And therefore retarding an opportunity to put more jobs on the table.
Well, you know, to be honest, if we weren't a large organization, we wouldn't have made it. You know what I mean? If I was thinking about that a while back. You know, if I had came in to open a place like this, you know, without financial backing from other backers, and just let's say I had just a certain amount of money to do it, I would have got crushed. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm sure that happens all the time. And I think right now, especially in this economy, that's like rubbing salt in a wound.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, people right now, and again, I learned this when I was started hiring for this place. They are so desperate. They need money. I mean, we should be doing everything, you know, in a proactive manner to provide jobs for people, right? No matter what field. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not from this area. Like I said, I come from Brevard County. One of the biggest things that I noticed, you know, and this is again like it's an outsider looking in, but I think that's a fresh look. I think you get a fresh view when you're new around. It seems to me like your city leaders or your local government leaders and your citizens are so divided. There's a wedge driven in between the two groups. You know, on one hand, you got the people all saying this, and again, I met hundreds of people through this whole process, and everybody seems to be so spiteful and just angry at local government, and they were all kind of, I think, jumping on our bandwagon to, if you know what I mean, to kind of like get some payback or something.
Yeah.
You know, they're following, they're rooting for us, like you know. And I was trying to figure out why all this was, you know, why there was so much animosity, and it is. I think part of the problem is people are not getting out there and voting.
Well, that's a big part of the problem.
Yeah, you know, if you have local leaders that don't think like you do, they're not going to look out for your interests.
Right.
Whatever you like, you know. And I think that's what's kind of happened around here. People are just being lazy and, oh, well, we'll let somebody else do the voting. And I think what's happened is you've got a local government that's basically not listening to the people.
Well, you know? it's out of control, and it's not just in Volusia County, it's statewide. As a matter of fact, our newly elected State's Attorney General Pam Bondi, in her acceptance speech, she made a comment that regulation should not be strangulation on our small businesses.
Right.
They're starting to get the word in Tallahassee. Now, our new governor, he wants to create thousands and thousands of jobs. Well, in order to do that, one of the first steps he's going to have to take is to take away some of these regulations. We've got regulations where you have to have so many trees on what size property you have. You have to have a certain setback. To my way of thinking, if it's not a health or safety issue for the public, then county and city government needs to stay out and leave the independent businessman, the mom and pop businessman, grow. Instead of, I don't know why, but when these local officials get elected, all of a sudden they seem to think, I'm somebody important now, so I'm going to force my will on Johnny Lunchbucket down the street.
Right.
Johnny Lunchbucket, for lack of a better word, he sits around the bar or he sits around the barbecue and he complains to his buddy. And they complain and they complain and they complain. The problem, like you said, they don't get up and do something about it.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons we've got this show now. We want to bring this hard-hitting to the people. We want them to understand what's happening in their community. We want them to understand why there are no jobs or why there's such a high unemployment in the county.
You know, the funny thing about what you're saying is this whole situation for me has really, because this is the first time in my life that I've ever had to fight for my right to do anything. You know, I live kind of in the country. I'm kind of left alone, and I like to live that way because I like to do whatever I want to do, you know, and I've never had to fight for my rights until now, and I didn't realize how important it was until now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that I'll never miss another election year. I'm serious.
Oh, well, I know.
Because at least if I vote for the wrong person, and at least, you know, then I can at least take some responsibility in the mess up,
right?
You know, but if you leave it up to someone else, you can pretty much bet it's going to get away from you.
That's
and
right.
Then you're sitting around pretty soon, and you've got no rights.
Exactly.
I've noticed, you know, in the short time that I've been in the area, you know, there's a lot of things around here that are trying to push bikers out of the area, and I look at that and I'm thinking to myself, this whole area was built on that.
Absolutely.
For years and years, this whole area has been built on that. You know, everybody knows Daytona for Bike Week, spring break, you know, motorcycles, and now you've got certain groups now that are just trying to push that away, you know, and to me it doesn't make any sense.
This is a tourist community. It was built on tourism, and it'll die without tourism. The idea, the lofty idea of some of our local governments that this is going to be another Palm Beach County, or this is going to be another industrial built county, it's not going to happen.
No.
It's never going to happen.
Listen, let Palm Beach be Palm Beach. Let Daytona be Daytona. I mean, everything is known for something. Orlando's known for Disney, right? I mean, everybody has their thing, so let it be that, you know? And it's in the short time I've been here, it's gotten frustrating for me, you know, to see the way things kind of go on. You know?
Well, it's a little known fact, but Disney originally wanted to build Disney World in Volusia County. And he was turned down.
Well,
the wisdom.
Somebody's kicking themselves.
All right, we're winding down here. These half hours go quickly. What would you like to say? And give me a message to the community, the people that are watching this show.
You got to fight. You folks got to get out there. You got to fight for your rights, because if you don't, they're going to go away. You know, I've had to fight for mine. I've realized that, and you really need to do that, because if you don't, you won't have any soon. That's what I'd really like to say.
That's pretty much it. We have here at Cheaters a large variety of things that you can do. You can sit at the bar and have a drink. You can sit at the table and have a drink. You can go play pool. You can go play darts. It's not what is perceived by the general public. This is a business establishment, and it's not a place where I would be ashamed to bring my wife And as you said, many other couples do come in. Couples
Absolutely.
are welcome.
Absolutely.
And we do need to stand for our rights. You're up there on the forefront. You're leading the charge. I'm leading the charge. And just let's get out and fight. I'm Eddie Colosimo, Crazy Eddie. You're watching Volusia County Issues. Please come back and see us again next Sunday. And always, if there's someone who would like to address what we did on this show today, you're more than welcome to come on and we'll do a show with you also. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you for stopping by the club.